The FBI's expanded background check into Brett Kavanaugh could be wrapping up as early as today. That's what NBC News is learning as the deadline looms this Friday. And there's a new letter released dating to Kavanaugh's beach week in June 1983 between his graduation from Georgetown Prep and his freshman year at Yale. NBC has not independently seen the letter. Kavanaugh, through his attorney, however, confirmed writing it. The note is mostly logistics ahead of the trip sent to his friend P.J. Smith. But there are some interesting passages that continue to contradict some of the judge's testimony about his drinking. For instance, Kavanaugh tells Smith, quote, "It would probably be a good idea to warn the neighbors that we are loud, obnoxious drunks." He adds there are, quote, "prolific pukers among us." In his yearbook, Kavanaugh called himself the biggest contributor to the Beach Week Ralph Club, a reference to vomiting that judge said referred to him not being able to handle spicy foods. Goes on in this letter to say of the neighbors, quote, "advise them to go about 30 miles, but then the letter suddenly cuts off, so we don't know what this is referring to. There's another thing he mentions earlier in the letter, however. Any girls we can beg to stay there are welcome with open, and then we've got ellipses, so we don't know what he means, leaving it to the imaginations of the other boys. Remember, just because this behavior may have been nothing out of the ordinary for many teen boys at the time, the judge denied during testimony that he was a heavy drinker, and in an interview that he's not a heavy drinker. He wasn't a heavy drinker. He implied he only threw up because of a weak stomach and spicy food, and that his attitudes toward women in high school were respectful. This only matters because Kavanaugh made it an issue himself. Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.